baby, 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 oh no. Leaked footage shows Justin Bieber getting kicked out of not one, not two, not three, but 5 different places all over the past 4 years. I'm exposing them all. Justin Bieber got kicked out of Coachella. This will be etched in the memories of music fans for years to come. Justin Bieber, who was just 21 years old at the time, had been attending the festival with his then girlfriend Hailey Baldwin. Bieber attempted to watch a performance by his friend and Six God Drake from the artist VIP area. According to reports, Bieber had not been given the proper credentials to access the VIP area, and when he tried to enter, he was stopped by security. What happened next is somewhat disputed, but it's reported that Bieber became belligerent and argumentative with the security guards, refusing to leave the area. The situation allegedly escalated to the point where Bieber was physically removed from the festival grounds by security personnel. A video of him getting thrown out started circulating, and people couldn't get enough of it. The incident was widely reported in the media, with many outlets publishing photos and videos of Bieber being escorted out of the festival. He was literally put into a chokehold before getting thrown into, the curb. Not even an army of believers could protect Justin from it. Bieber told the guards that he had been personally invited to the show by Drake, a fellow Canadian, and got into an argument with the Coachella staff. Sources told the gossip site that Coachella security put Bieber in that chokehold during the argument in order to get him out. Anyway, the Coachella incident sparked a heated debate among fans and critics, with some defending Bieber's behavior as, a justified response to overly aggressive security, while others condemned his actions as entitled and disrespectful. In the aftermath of the incident, Bieber took to social media to apologize for his behavior, saying he had, let his emotions get the best of him and promised to just do better in the future. The incident marked a turning point in Bieber's career as he began to transform from his teenage heartthrob image to a more mature and introspective artist. In the years since, Bieber has spoken publicly about his struggles with fame, mental health, and substance dependency issues, and has used his platform to advocate for social justice and awareness. Justin Bieber got kicked out of a Miami Beach nightclub in 2014. Justin Bieber was involved in an incident at a Miami Beach nightclub called Live Nightclub. Live Nightclub is a popular nightlife destination in Miami Beach, known for its high-end atmosphere and celebrity clientele. On the night of January 23rd, Bieber was in town for a concert and decided to visit the club with his entourage. According to eyewitnesses, Bieber and his group arrived at the club around 2 a.m. and were escorted to a VIP table. However, things quickly took a turn. Bieber allegedly became belligerent and started arguing with the club's staff and security. The exact details of the dispute are kind of unclear, but it's reported and alleged that Bieber was presented with a $10,000 tab for his group's drinks and bottle service. Bieber allegedly refused to pay the bill, claiming that he had already paid for the drinks and that the club was trying to kind of rip him off. Ew, it's kind of giving broke. But no, for real, if I ever rack up a $10,000 tab at a bar or a club, call the police on me and send me to AA. The situation escalated when Bieber's entourage got into a confrontation with the club's security personnel. Witnesses described the scenes as chaotic, with Bieber's friends and bodyguards basically pushing and shoving the security guards. Eventually, the club's management had had enough and decided to kick Bieber to the curb and out of the club. Now, legend has it that someone asked, so how you gonna hate from outside of the club when you can't even get in? Anyway, witnesses reported that Bieber was visibly intoxicated, stumbled out of the club surrounded by his friends and bodyguards. The incident made headlines the next day, and many outlets reporting on Bieber's behavior. The club's management later released a statement saying that Bieber had been kicked out for just being unruly and disrespectful to the staff and other patrons. The incident was just one of several controversies that Bieber was involved in during 2014. The incident led to widespread criticism, with many fans and critics just expressing concerns about his well-being and maturity. Justin Bieber got kicked out of a Paris hotel in 2013. On December 17, 2013, Justin Bieber was involved in an incident at a very luxurious Le Royal Maison Raffles Hotel in Paris, France. Le Royal Maison Raffles, if I'm pronouncing that right, is a 5-star hotel located in the heart of Paris. Bieber was staying at the hotel while on tour in Europe, and according to some sources, Bieber and his entourage arrived at the hotel around 3 a.m. after a night out in the city. However, things went sideways when Bieber Bieber allegedly became confrontational and started arguing with the hotel staff and security personnel. The exact details of the incident are slightly unclear, but it's alleged that Bieber was given a warning by hotel staff about the noise level coming from his room. Bieber allegedly refused to comply and continued to make noise, prompting the staff to call security. Witnesses described the incident as loud, scary, and threatening, with Bieber's friends and bodyguards getting a little too handsy with the staff. Eventually, the hotel's management had just had enough, decided to kick Bieber and his entourage out of the hotel. Now, witnesses reported that Bieber was visibly upset and stormed out of the hotel surrounded by his friends and bodyguards. The incident made headlines the next day, of course, with many outlets reporting on Bieber's, horrible behavior. The hotel's management later released a statement just saying that Bieber had been kicked out for being rude, distasteful, and hostile towards the staff and crew there. This whole story is a little disputed though, because some claims are that Bieber didn't get kicked out, and instead he actually left on his own account because they were lacking security there. Apparently hundreds of fans gathered outside and inside the lobby of the hotel, and the hotel wasn't prepared for that, which is kind of weird because in 2013, Bieber was basically he was it. He was the superstar. You would think they would have been over prepared. Anyway, according to this account, guests were super unhappy that there was so much noise coming from fans. Allegedly, Bieber even encouraged the fans. A source said there were kids everywhere screaming and shouting, and the other guests just didn't like it. I mean, this particular hotel apparently has hosted a lot of big names, including the likes of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, and even the royal family. So again, why were they not prepared? Justin Bieber got kicked out of a Rio de Janeiro nightclub in 2013. Bieber was in there for a concert, basically as part of his Believe tour. After the show, he decided to visit a local nightclub called Centauros. According to eyewitnesses, Bieber arrived at the club around 2 a.m. and was escorted to the VIP area. Bieber allegedly became involved in an altercation with a photographer who was trying to take his picture, of course. It's alleged that Bieber became agitated when the photographer refused to stop taking his picture. Bieber allegedly then punched the photographer in the face, causing a scene, and the situation escalated when the club's security personnel intervened to try and break up the fight. Bieber allegedly resisted and became combative with the guards. Now, eventually, Bieber just got kicked out. Witnesses reported that Bieber was visibly upset and just stormed out of the club, kind of yapping on his way out. The incident made headlines the very next day, with many outlets reporting on Bieber's brawl. Now, at first, it was suspected that this club was actually a brothel, and Bieber was seen leaving with 2 females when he got kicked out, but it was later revealed that it's not a brothel and more of an old-fashioned gentleman's club, which kind of sounds the same. Their words, not mine, okay? So 2013 was just a wild time for young Bieber. Last up, Justin Bieber was kicked out of a New York City nightclub on November 4th, 2012. Justin Bieber was involved in an incident at a nightclub in New York City. Bieber was 18 years old at the time and was visiting New York basically for a concert. After the show, he decided to visit a nightclub called Lavo. According to sources that were there, Bieber arrived at the club around 1 a.m. and was escorted to the VIP area. Bieber allegedly became involved in an altercation with a club goer who was just trying to take his photo. It's reported that Bieber became annoyed when the club goer refused to stop taking his picture. Bieber allegedly pushed the club goer, causing a huge scene, of course, and this situation escalated when the club security intervened to try and break up the fight. Bieber allegedly resisted and became very combative with the security guards. Eventually, he was just told to leave and basically was kicked out of the club. Again, the incident made headlines the next day, of course. This was just another moment in that year where it had everyone talking about just how immature Justin was. But I mean, he was very young, so can we really blame him? Justin's, a full-blown adult now, so hopefully we don't see headlines like this for 2025, but what do you guys think? Is he due for a public kickout or meltdown? Will he stay low-key this year? Let me know.
Justin and Hailey Bieber have been in the news over and over again, with reports saying their relationship is on the rocks and that they're going to end things. Well, it might actually be true now. Here's proof: Justin and Hailey Bieber are officially going to get divorced. Now, when Justin and Hailey got married, there was a lot of controversy, but they've stayed together for 6 years now. There have always been rumors that they were going to divorce, or that Justin was using Hailey and vice versa. Something that's really stuck out though about the couple is the cryptic social media posts both Justin and Hailey have made recently. This has made fans think that there's something going on behind the scenes. On social media recently, Justin wrote, "Today I'm letting go and remembering the weight isn't on me to change. The weight is on God. So I give all my insecurities and my fears tears to him this morning because I know he gladly takes it, asking Jesus to genuinely help me with simply the next step today. Now, the quote was set to the song Free Fallin' by John Mayer. Now, Hailey also had people questioning what was going on with the couple, as she posted to her Instagram stories a cartoon cat stomping along with a clearly irritated expression when you're mad at him and he says, "Come here, baby." She captioned the clip, raising a few eyebrows among fans. Now, Hailey's post came just one day after Justin left a rather flirty comment under one of Keke Palmer's Instagram posts. She said, "I'm poppin' out, heart eyes emoji," he commented on the post. Afterwards though, it seems like his comment was either deleted or removed, which I feel like is even weirder / worse. Safe to say this comment made people upset, and it probably made Hailey upset the most. And this has been seen with their recent behavior as well. Now, Hailey had multiple launches for her beauty brand Rhode, but Justin skipped a bunch of them and decided to hang out with his friends instead. And when he has been seen with Hailey, well, he just looks absolutely miserable. Not to mention, his recent appearance has fans concerned because he does not look well, and it seems like he's going through some sort of health flare-up. But the truth is, he's been super stressed recently with everything going on in his life. Now, first off, there's his son. Hailey gave birth to their son, Jack Blues Bieber, on August 22nd, 2024. The both of them are trying to navigate being parents, and reports have said that Justin is struggling. Sources told DailyMail.com that Hailey's friends are growing increasingly concerned about Justin's unacceptable behavior, with some reportedly urging her to leave the musician. An insider said that Hailey and those close to her were hopeful that Justin would change after the arrival of their first child, but despite being there for her, little has changed. When the baby was born, he was there for her and she thought being a father would change him for the better, but it hasn't stuck, they said. Then there's everything Justin's going through with Diddy. Diddy was one of his mentors when he was growing up in the spotlight, but now Diddy has been arrested and charged with various different crimes. Now, Diddy's case is quite serious and he's looking at a lot of jail time. Now, since Diddy's arrest, we found out that most of the crimes were committed at his infamous parties, which Justin was known to frequent. This has made some people think that Justin might be one of Diddy's victims. Now, Justin hasn't spoken out about the whole Diddy situation, so regardless if he was directly affected or not, it must be world-shattering that someone he was so close to and looked up to is just plain evil. Now, Diddy's trial is set for May 5th, which is right around the corner. Justin might even have to testify at trial, and that would bring on a whole new level of stress. With all this going on though, you'd think that he'd lean on his wife for support, but reports are saying that he's doing the opposite and being detached and uninterested. Now, this is just a recipe for disaster, and it doesn't sound good for the marriage. I mean, will they survive this? It seems like Justin Bieber might still be hung up on his ex Selena Gomez. You see, Selena is engaged to music producer Benny Blanco, who was quite good friends with Justin as they've worked on plenty of projects together. Justin, though, unfollowed his so-called friend. An insider told In Touch Weekly that Justin felt offended when Benny seemingly cut him out of his life after getting together with Selena. They used to be great friends, so it came as a huge shock, the source shared. Justin's patience finally ran out, and they added, Justin has tried so many times to make peace with them and get past the BS, but they won't let it go, and now he's saying good riddance. But him unfollowing Benny was honestly just petty. Many fans online pointed this out with them tweeting, "I just know he's mad," and Justin big mad LMAO, I wonder why. Now, I wonder how this makes his wife, Hailey, feel. It's also been reported recently that Justin has been falling back into some bad habits that Hailey doesn't like. With photos of him looking rough, people have been speculating that he could be using substances again. And I mean, it makes sense with all the stress that he's under. His reps though have come forward and denied this by saying the reoccurring narrative that Justin is using hard substances is absolutely not true, they said. Now, they then addressed the paparazzi photos of Justin looking rough, and they said that Justin had been up all night recording music and had also spent time attending to his son, who was struggling to sleep. This, they say explains his exhausted look when he stepped out to get some fresh air. Now, his reps added that this ongoing narrative about his physical and mental health is exhausting and pitiful, and shows that despite the obvious truth, people are committed to spread negative, salacious, harmful narratives, they said. His rep also explained that the new dad has endured a very transformative past year, in which he's ended several close friendships and business relationships that no longer serve him. But I don't know if I believe all that though. Numerous people have questioned a video of Justin engaging with a fan at his wife's pop-up in Los Angeles, arguing that he was intoxicated. Then a rep came out and said Justin wasn't high and he was just having a nice giggly interaction with a big fan while supporting his wife. But recently also, Justin was seen at Barney's Beanery with Dave Chappelle outside smoking, and let me just say, he wasn't holding a cigarette. So maybe his reps don't actually know what they're talking about. Now, since Hailey and Justin got married, there have always been rumors of divorce. In the past, Hailey said, "People have made me feel so bad about my relationship since day one. Oh, they're falling apart, they hate each other, they're getting divorced. It's like people don't want to believe that we're happy," she told W Magazine at the time, adding that she has tried to manage the negativity, but it still hurts. "I used to try to act like it hurts less and less," she explained to the publication. "I've tried to think that you get used to it at a certain point, that this is what's going to be said and this is how people are going to be, but I realized that it doesn't actually ever hurt any less," she said. But does she feel different now that she's a mother and Justin seems to be going off the deep end? I mean, I can't imagine how exhausting it must be for her to be dealing with all of this. But I mean, divorce rumors don't just come out of nowhere. Fans want to make sure that both Hailey and Justin are taking care of themselves, as they've spoken about rushing into marriage in the past when they weren't ready. So who's to say they didn't rush into having their son before they were ready as well? It's a very real possibility, and we really hope that they can figure it out.
Scooter Braun. Scooter is a talent manager and businessman, and he's been accused of taking advantage of Justin Bieber in various ways during their professional relationship. Braun discovered Justin on YouTube in 2008 and became his manager early on. Bieber was only 14 at the time, and Braun convinced Justin's mother, Patty, to let him manage her son's career. Braun then went on to secure a recording contract for Bieber with Island Records, but the contract allegedly gave Braun significant control over Bieber's career and all of his earnings. Bieber's contract with Braun's management company, SB Projects, allegedly included unfavorable terms such as a 50-50 profit split. Now, this meant that Braun's company took half of Bieber's earnings from music sales, touring, and merchandise. Bieber has claimed that he didn't understand the contract terms and was absolutely taken advantage of. Braun allegedly also pushed Bieber to work excessively, leading to burnout and exhaustion. Bieber has spoken publicly about the toll the constant touring and performing took on his mental and physical health. Braun's management style allegedly prioritized profit over Bieber's well-being. Bieber has also, claimed that Braun exerted significant control over his music and creative decisions. Braun allegedly pushed Bieber to produce music that was more commercial and radio friendly, rather than allowing him to explore, his own artistic vision. Bieber has also accused Braun of taking advantage of him financially. Braun allegedly used Bieber's money to fund his own business ventures and investments, with Bieber actually knowing nothing or giving consent at all. Bieber has spoken out about the emotional manipulation he experienced during his time with Braun, and that Braun allegedly used guilt and manipulation to control his behavior and decisions. He did, however, in 2019 speak publicly about his gratitude for Braun's support during his early days, and Braun has maintained, his innocence and has said that he did nothing wrong and always acted in Bieber's best interest. Ludacris. There are some theories that Ludacris took advantage of Justin Bieber when he was 15. Ludacris was featured on Justin's song Baby, and some people have said that he was taking advantage of Justin's youth and talent to further his own career. Ludacris was, at the time, the more established artist, but his career was dwindling down, which is likely why the rumors started in the first place. Now, despite all of this, Ludacris has spoken quite highly of Justin and their collaboration together. In an interview with MTV News, Ludacris actually praised Bieber's work ethic and professionalism, saying Justin Bieber is a very talented young man. He's got a great work ethic and he's very professional for his age. Bieber has also spoken positively about working with Ludacris, saying that he learned a lot from the experience and appreciated the opportunity to collaborate with such a respected artist. Sean Diddy Combs, a 2011 video of Justin Bieber and Diddy on Jimmy Kimmel Live has resurfaced in the wake of the rapper's arrest. The clip begins with host Jimmy Kimmel asking the pair what their friendship is like and if they are working on music together. Combs said, "I think that we have become friends in a strange way," to which Bieber, then 16, said it's like Rob and Big, in reference to skateboarder Rob and his bodyguard, the late Christopher Big Black Boykin. Now Diddy went on to say, "He's to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family. He's somebody that we definitely have our arms around and we want to protect him because he's genuinely such a nice person besides his talents." He then added, "He's one of the greatest kids you could ever know." Bieber then reached out to shake hands with Combs as the two laughed and kind of pointed to one another. Jimmy Kimmel then said, "Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe he could buy you one also while you're at it." Bieber then responded by saying, "He got me a Lamborghini. I haven't gotten it yet though." Kimmel then asked, "Well, when is that coming?" Diddy then said the Lamborghini was for a day or two and he had access to the house, and that he knows better than to be talking about the things that he's done with Big Brother Puff on national television, and said that everything ain't for everybody. That's a little weird. But also another creepy video has surfaced between the two stars when Justin was 15. Diddy and Justin were hanging out and Diddy said on video he's having 48 hours with Diddy where we are hanging out, and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He continued to say, "I've been given custody of him. He's signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him," being Justin, "but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy." In another recently resurfaced video, the singer is actually seen talking about wanting to protect Billie Eilish from the music industry. Bieber shared his feelings towards Eilish, and in 2020, while speaking with Apple Music's Zane Lowe ahead of the release of his album Changes, the pop star tearfully told Lowe about his own experiences in the music industry as a young artist. He said it was hard for, him being that young and that being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone kind of telling him that they loved him and then would turn their back on him in a second. He said, "I just want to protect her. I don't want her to go through anything that I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody." Bieber also confessed that he has been, living in shame. Since Bieber has welcomed his son, however, he's been super focused on that and hasn't spoken out about Diddy, but it's clear to most that Diddy took advantage of him over the years. In how many different ways? We don't even know. But just like everything else coming to light, I'm sure one day we'll find out more. Jenny McCarthy took advantage of Justin Bieber. She found herself in some boiling hot water and has also been accused of taking advantage of Justin's innocence. The Masked Singer judge is under immense scrutiny after a video of her interaction with Justin Bieber during the American Music Awards in 2012 has resurfaced. A clip of Jenny getting aggressively handsy with Justin on stage as she presented him with an award has gone viral again on social media. The reason behind the massive backlash is, Jenny and Justin's age difference. At the time, the 2012 American Music Awards were filmed, Jenny was 40 years old while Justin was just 18 years old. In the video, Jenny put both of her hands around Justin's neck and forcibly planted a kiss on the back of his neck as the teenager squirmed and tried to get away. Justin Bieber felt violated by Jenny, and it was such an awkward interaction that honestly it just left a lot of people uncomfortable and questioning if roles had been reversed, what would have happened. There would have likely been so much outrage, of course, and Jenny persisted, however, and even grabbed his backside as he walked towards the podium. Justin even said, "Wow, I feel violated right now." McCarthy later admitted to her inappropriate behavior, but joking about the encounter in interviews. She confessed, saying, "I kind of harassed him," and she called it her cougar fantasy. Now, despite the disturbing nature of the incident, McCarthy brushed it off as spontaneous and playful, leaving many unsettled by her comments. She even said something like, "I couldn't help it. He was just so delicious, so little, and just, I wanted to tear his head off and eat it." That's weird. Katy Perry, to piggyback off of that last one, he also had a similar encounter with Katy Perry. According to a throwback clip from the first part of NBC's Justin Bieber All Around the World tour in 2012, the rising star was spotted in a very difficult situation with Katy Perry. In an alarming moment, Katy Perry, who was around 27 at the time, was spotted grabbing 18-year-old Justin Bieber's behind at the Capitol Summertime Ball while hugging for an interaction. She never apologized for this or for making him uncomfortable. She likely never will. Last is James Corden and Ellen DeGeneres. Justin Bieber sadly faced further atrocities from talk show hosts like James Corden and Ellen, dating back to 2011 when the Brit Awards was being hosted by James Corden. Bieber faced an uncomfortable situation while being seated beside Corden at the same table. During the event, James Corden made the pop star visibly restless by repeatedly telling him how amazing he smelled, and asking about his age before asking further inappropriate remarks and comments. Now, as per snippets shared online, Corden can be heard stating that he never smelled so good when he was that age, and then moving on to complimenting Bieber's dreamy eyes. Fast forward to 2015, Justin Bieber faced a humiliating situation on national television when he appeared on the infamous Ellen DeGeneres show. Therein, crossing all limits of absurdity, the host known for making celebrities uncomfortable, presented, naked pictures of Bieber on the big screen that were previously taken by paparazzi without consent. Despite being repeatedly violated by industry people, fans seemingly turned a blind eye to Bieber's challenges when it happened. He's gone through so much, and honestly, I feel bad for him and his mental health at this point. Nobody, said this industry was easy, but no one deserves to be taken advantage of either.
Justin Bieber subtly hinted that one Hollywood star was more evil than they let on years ago, but no one caught on. Now, the secret is out and the truth has been revealed. Well, it's no secret that Justin Bieber has had a rough go in the entertainment world. From being discovered at such a young age, he had to grow up with millions of eyes watching his every move. He had famous mentors that attempted to help the star navigate Hollywood's growing pains. Most were genuinely trying to help the singer out, but one mentor in particular has been the subject of a recent scandal that has been toppling empires with every news story that emerges. And now fans are worried that that mentor did more harm than good to Bieber. I am of course talking about one man, Sean Diddy Combs. Combs has been arrested for allegedly intimately harming people or being the facilitator for that to happen to people. It allegedly happened at all of his big parties and events, and sometimes he would allegedly even throw events specifically for this. As of October of last year, the number of accusations against the star was at about 120. However, many people speculate that Diddy has hurt way more people than those that have come forward, including a young Justin Bieber, because those two actually knew each other for a long time and were pictured together often. Bieber was a fan of the rappers when they met when Bieber was too young for a license. He had wanted to meet Combs because he was a fan, but also because he had produced a track for him. Beliebers helped get Combs' attention. I mean, Justin being signed to Diddy's protege Usher also helped a little bit. Justin was invited to spend 2 days with Diddy, the start of which was documented in a short video posted to Justin's YouTube. In the video, Diddy claimed that over the next 48 hours, the pair were going to go crazy, but he couldn't say exactly what and where they would be. However, he reassured watchers that it would be a 15-year-old's dream. At the time, people were like, oh, that's so great, he's taking care of Bieber. Now, however, people are very worried about what happened over those few days. Of course, no one can be 100% sure that Bieber did experience anything inappropriate unless he decides to come forward, should it be true, but some online theorists speculate that Bieber has been making statements, we just didn't have the context needed to understand them. Just a few months ago, Bieber's Yummy music video gained traction again after people speculated that there was a hidden meaning to it, citing things like food symbolizing certain acts, an older party guest constantly sitting at his table and sharing their meals with Bieber, and then towards the end there were dancers dressed in white, which are now making people think of Diddy's infamous white parties that were allegedly the backdrop for many of his alleged crimes. The video ends with a shot of Bieber's plate. It showed a picture of Little Him with Yummy written under. At the time, this was just a cute title card, cute picture in the song title, but now people think it's Bieber's way of saying that he was served on a plate or that Little Him was considered a treat to party guests. People began to recall how desperate Bieber was at the time of the song's release to get it out there. People were originally put off by how much Bieber was pushing the track and trying to get people to view the music video, but if the theories are true, it makes more sense. Fans also referred to the behind the scenes footage that showed Bieber breaking down on set. The star said that he was just feeling
going off, but fans couldn't help but wonder if the breakdowns were actually a result of Bieber reliving past experiences. Should the rumors that this video was Diddy-coded be true, when this song first came out, people criticized the lyrics pretty heavily. It isn't exactly Shakespeare with the repeated yummy yum chorus. However, some fans today theorize that there was more going on than people realized, that the word yummy sounds like young me, and it was another way that Bieber was trying to get his message across. Of course, this theory is very polarizing. Some people think it's completely ridiculous and others are more inclined to believe after all the Diddy accusations did come out. The pair would appear in interviews later that make people very uncomfortable watching them back today. Together, they made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2011, so that's 2 years after the 48 Hours with Diddy video. In the interview, Combs, Bieber, and Kimmel were talking about Bieber getting a car from Combs, to which Combs said Bieber had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. Alright, pack it up. In the year 2024, these comments are deeply concerning. At the time, no one had any reason to believe there was evil lurking behind closed doors, but today, it's worrying, especially since Diddy was completely unwilling to share some of the activities that the two were going to get up to when they hung out for those 48 hours. A 2020 interview with Apple Music showed the more vulnerable side of Bieber when he shared how protective he feels about upcoming young artists because of his personal experiences. The interview was over 40 minutes long, and the topics ranged from Bieber's music to his personal life to, of course, his experience growing up in the music industry. From the sounds of it, it was very difficult being a public figure that young, which I know in other news water is wet. But in the section of the interview about this, you could see the weight of everything that Bieber went through resting on his shoulders. The star openly spoke about the negative side effects of the world of entertainment. He exposed the lack of loyalty, saying, "Everyone telling me they love me and just turn your back on you in a second." This could be referring to the industry itself. Everyone wanted to be seen with teen pop sensations because being connected to the most famous boy in the world would boost anyone's career at the time. But the minute the boy wonder does something wrong, it was like he was radioactive. Although Bieber did have his fair share of controversies, not all of them ended up being true, like the spitting on fans thing, that was actually debunked. But the car totaling and saying racially charged words and jokes, that did happen, though he did apologize for the latter. Still, it would be really difficult managing the pressures of growing up when you're not actually sure who you can lean on. There was even once an instance in which one of Bieber's friends sold a story about him to the press that earned that friend an alleged $40,000. But that's only scratching the surface of what the poor man has gone through. We may never know if anything went on behind closed doors, but there was unfortunately plenty to see happening out in the open. Clips of old Bieber interviews and similar situations have started popping up online again. One TikToker helpfully compiled many of them together, and it's a tough watch. It featured clips of Bieber's boundaries being disregarded, people thinking they can touch him whenever and wherever, asking really personal, invasive questions when he and much of his audience was not of age. There was even an instance in which a woman 22 years older than Bieber jumped him on a stage. There is, of course, more out there. This is just a handful of what happened, and that's just what happened to him. Who knows what he could have seen when he was younger at Hollywood parties and hanging out with Diddy. It's an unimaginable hardship for anyone that grew up normally, but Justin is trying to break the cycle, or at least offer a steady, supportive hand to young artists. In particular, the Apple interview touched on his friendship with Billie Eilish, and that is because Eilish is actually a huge believer. Like, in her words, he was her first crush, and she recognized Justin at Coachella 2019 because she knows his body language, how he stands, and where he wears his pants, which is truly something only a dedicated fangirl would know. She got the chance to work with Bieber on a remix of her song Bad Guy, and it would be safe to say that Bieber probably saw a bit of himself in her. In the interview, he talked about how he feels protective over her because he doesn't want her to go through anything he went through because he doesn't wish that upon anybody. And he's not all talk. He gave Eilish his number with the promise that if she calls, he will answer. If she needs help, she can count on him. He understands growing up not knowing who he can turn to, and if he can help it, it won't happen to Eilish. Bieber was clear that he would never wish to force a friendly relationship with Eilish, but he wants to leave the opportunity open should she need it. This sentiment actually echoes a 2013 interview Justin and his manager Scooter Braun did. Scooter said that he was learning to let Justin grow and make mistakes and just be there for him through it all as a role model and a solid figure. Funny how things come full circle. And if you're wondering if Billie ever did call, the answer is yes. In June of last year, Billie shared the message that she would give a younger her, and it was, "You can and have and do call Justin Bieber at any given time, anytime you want, you can, and he'll answer. That is 4 years after Justin's Apple Music interview, so it's clear he is a man of his word.
Trouble in Paradise, or just another notch on the rumor mill belt. Justin and Hailey are heading towards a very messy $300 million divorce battle, and I'm explaining why. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have been making headlines following their divorce rumors. Justin, known very recently for wearing pants that are almost on the floor, has sparked buzz online amid speculations of divorce from his wife Hailey Bieber. Well, nothing has been made official till now, but recent reports have suggested that the couple have headed for the divorce. Now, this news has gone viral, leaving fans in shock. So the question is Justin and Hailey headed for a divorce? And if so, why? Well, after nearly 6 years of marriage, sources close to the couple have hinted that the two may be heading exactly in that direction for various reasons. This has left fans and followers questioning what's really going on between the pair, and when did it all go wrong? Well, at the heart of it all, reports suggest that Hailey's main concern is her son, which is fair. The founder of beauty brand Rhode seems to be prioritizing her child's well-being, and as a result may consider distancing herself from Justin, according to media reports, that is. Now, this could also involve seeking a portion of his fortune and full custody of their 5-month-old son Jack Blues. The duo had like an on and off relationship before they announced their engagement. Now, while they weren't dating officially at the time, he was spotted with his companions, one of them, being his past lover Selena Gomez at the time. That caused a lot of controversy. Now, they went on to date, with Justin telling GQ in 2016 that he was hesitant to commit to an exclusive relationship for, the fear of hurting Hailey in case they ended up together. He said, "What if Hailey ends up being the girl I'm gonna marry, right? If I rush in anything, if I damage her, then it's always gonna be damage." Interesting. That's very much giving foreshadowing to me, am I right? Well, the two ultimately had a very dramatic split in 2016. They reunited in June of 2018 and embarked on a whirlwind month-long romance that culminated in a Bahamas engagement and subsequent courthouse marriage. The pair insisted that they were just, good friends and that there was nothing more to it. According to an interview Hailey did with E! News following an uptick in their Instagram photos together. Now, she said, "I've known him since I was so young, since I was like 13. We've just been good friends over the years," adding, "We have just stayed very close and there's nothing more to it than that." Justin appeared to be on the same page, posting a photo of him and Hailey on Instagram later that month with the caption that read, "People are crazy. I'm super single and this is my good friend. You would know otherwise." And by July 2018, the pair shocked fans when the news broke that the singer had popped the question to Hailey during a very romantic dinner at a local restaurant while on vacation in the Bahamas. Justin was quick to confirm the pair's happy news on Instagram, addressing his bride-to-be saying, "Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you. So committed to spending my life getting to know every single part of you, loving you patiently and kindly. I promise to lead our family with honor and integrity, letting Jesus through his Holy Spirit guide us in everything we do and every decision we make." Justin continued to say, "My heart is completely and fully yours, and I will always put you first. You are the love of my life, Hailey Baldwin, and I wouldn't want to spend it with anybody else." By September 2018, they moved in together, and by November of that same year, Hailey changed her last name to Bieber on all of her socials. The pair got matching tattoos of peaches to celebrate his hit song by the same name in 2021, and in March of 2022, Hailey was shockingly hospitalized for having a mini stroke, with Justin saying how incredibly scary it was, which I could imagine, honestly. But by May 2022, Justin admitted that he went through a very emotional breakdown early on in his marriage. Well, was that the first red flag, or? Justin Bieber was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome in June of 2022. This is a rare neurological disorder. It's the same virus that causes chickenpox and shingles, and by May 2023, Hailey said she really wanted kids with Justin so bad. Well, fast forward to May 2024, her wish was granted when they announced they were expecting a baby. Now, insiders claim that Hailey has been dealing with difficulties in the marriage almost from the start. An insider close to the star said Hailey has been struggling with Justin since day one. They said that she loves him madly, but he's a loose cannon. The constant pressure on Hailey's emotional and mental health has led her friends to urge her to actually leave Justin. They believe that his unacceptable behavior is taking a massive toll on her. Could possibly be even the reason why she had a stroke. Now, apart from the troubled marriage, Justin Bieber is reportedly facing anxiety about the upcoming trial involving his former mentor, Sean Diddy Combs. The National Enquirer recently reported reported that Justin is worried about potentially testifying in the case. Although Combs maintains his innocence, a source shared, he's worried that revealing his connection to Combs could ruin his career and his life, which is fair because based off what Diddy is involved in, anyone found guilty of knowing more or being more involved than they've led us to believe absolutely will lead to a canceling of no other, and possible jail time? I don't know, but I know nobody wants to be connected to Diddy in any way right now. A source close to the couple shared that Hailey finally agreed to date Justin actually back in 2015 when he promised to stay clean and sober. Now, he has stuck to that all through their relationship and 6 years of marriage. So to see him backslide now, especially since he is a new dad, is absolutely frightening to Hailey. Hailey is reportedly, feeling very overwhelmed by Justin's woe is me attitude, and friends suggest that their marriage may just be on the brink of collapse. Their marriage is looking like it cannot be saved, an insider revealed. This insider also said Hailey's main concern, of course, is her son. She will take Justin to the cleaners to make sure Jack is provided for and wash her hands of Justin as, he slides further and further down a hole. Despite his personal problems, Justin Bieber has built a massive fortune. From a young singing sensation, he quickly became one of the most successful pop stars in the world. His estimated net worth as of 2025 is about $300 million, while Hailey's is about $20 million, so making that a combined net worth of about $320 mil. But Justin Bieber makes a lot of money, not only through album sales, tours, brand partnerships, and business ventures, but he's also sold over 150 million albums worldwide, and his tours, generate a lot of money as well, sometimes earning about $80 million a year. He has a successful fashion label named Drew House, and his underwear campaign with Calvin Klein earns him about $2 to $4 million a year. In 2017 alone, he was actually paid $2 million by T-Mobile for his Super Bowl ad. So in January of 2023, he made shocking headlines as well by selling his 291 song catalog for $200 million. So he's worth a lot of money. And let it be known, this is actually, one of the highest amounts ever paid for an artist under 70. So if Hailey Bieber does move forward with the divorce, it could result in a huge financial settlement. Since Justin's $300 million net worth is at stake, Hailey might claim a large amount along with sole custody of their child. Speculation about the status, or turbulence of the relationship, first sparked when fans noticed Justin had unfollowed Hailey on Instagram. However, this quickly subsided after Justin addressed it on social media, claiming that his account had been hacked. A response that raised eyebrows, of course, many people saying, yeah, right, if someone's gonna hack Justin Bieber's Instagram, surely they would do more than just unfollow Hailey. So, while nothing has been confirmed and tension surrounding the couple is palpable and their future together remains uncertain, we'll have to wait and see, of course. Now, the couple first met, back in 2009 when Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, introduced them and, gave them a quick handshake. Now, in December, however, he reportedly shared a video on Instagram expressing that co-parenting is tough, fueling rumors of distress in the Bieber house. Additionally, during the weekend of the Grammy Award ceremony, he was actually spotted alone in New York City in a very disturbed state. He reportedly spent some time alone, but fans noticed the dark circles around his eyes and a hollow look. And with a year-old video of the Canadian singer with, again, Sean Diddy Combs resurfacing, concerned fans have linked his past trauma to his somber-looking, nearly unrecognizable transformation. Now, the singer has previously opened up about his physical and mental health challenges. Amid grooming fears, medical experts have actually tied the disgraced rapper to Justin's, silent health troubles. One board-certified surgeon, Dr. Gaurav Bharti, observed visible changes like Bieber's, receding hairline, hollow face, developing wrinkles, dark circles, and actually said that these changes can be attributed to several factors, including, of course, natural aging, stress, nutrition, weight loss, skincare habits, but, prolonged poor sleep and inadequate recovery, could be responsible as well. And Bieber has alluded to surviving trauma as a child. Even though he has not spoken publicly about what's happened, it is possible that the shame, pain, and loss he has experienced has resulted in early aging and change in his appearance. Oftentimes undigested trauma and stress can lead to a variety of health issues. And with the Diddy scandal blowing up like never before, this old YouTube video from the time when Bieber was 15 resurfaced and went viral. The infamous clip catches then 40-year-old Sean Diddy Combs saying to the camera, he's having 48 hours with Diddy where we are hanging out, and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. We're gonna go full crazy. Now, this resurfaced video sparked outrage. A lot of people are wanting answers. The truth is likely to come out soon, so we'll just have to wait and see. But what do you guys think will happen? Will Justin and Hailey actually get divorced? Is Diddy to blame for all of this somehow? Let me know your thoughts.
As you probably know, Diddy was arrested last month for running a crime ring, and all eyes have been on his friends and known acquaintances, especially Justin Bieber. People are suspecting that Justin either 1 took part in the crimes, or 2 he was a victim. Since Diddy's arrest, people have been finding interviews or moments where Diddy acts super strange around Justin, and fans are worried for the star. Although Justin himself hasn't made a statement about Diddy's arrest, multiple sources close to him have spoken to the press about his current state. According to an Us Weekly source, Justin feels disgusted by the accusations against his former mentor. They added that Justin is advised to stay as far away as possible from anything and everything related to the now incarcerated rapper and producer. Another source for the same publication added that he is in a hard place mentally right now, as he struggles to come to terms with the allegations against Diddy. The bond shared with Diddy makes the accusations against him particularly tough to stomach, the source outlined. Then, according to Daily Mail sources, Justin feels isolated dealing with the revelations about Diddy and is sailing the waters alone. He apparently feels like there's no one who would understand his situation. Family members are concerned about Justin. It's unclear whether Diddy would have taken advantage of Justin at the time, as his family was nearby and his manager Scooter Braun really did care about him. The last thing Justin wants to do is relive or even discuss his complicated friendship with Diddy, the source said. But he's finally breaking his silence to his friends about his nightmare experience and private hell it caused him, they said. Now, hopefully, Justin is able to get the support that he needs, because this could be a long road for him. Now, in 2009, when Justin was a rising star, he reached out to Diddy on Twitter, begging him for a collab on his new album. Now, this caught Diddy's attention, and he became a mentor for the young star. Diddy helped him navigate fame in the industry, but a lot of videos have resurfaced of the two that are making people question Diddy's intentions with being so close to Justin. One video posted to Justin's YouTube channel from 2009 has people concerned because of what we know now about Diddy. The title of the video is Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy. The description of the video says, "I told you guys I produced a song for Diddy and I wanted to show it to him and you got his attention. Best fans in the world. Well, this past weekend I spent 48 hours with Diddy and had some fun. Here is some of the action. Thanks for the car puff, haha." So yes, a young Justin spent 48 hours alone with Diddy without his parents or even a responsible adult present. In this video, Diddy says he's having 48 hours with Diddy. Where we're hanging and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy. Now, this is just weird in general, and looking back, Justin should have never been left alone with that man in the first place. Then in 2011, Diddy and Justin did a joint interview on Jimmy Kimmel. Things took a turn though when Diddy seemed to scold Justin on live TV in front of millions. Diddy was constantly praising Justin, but when Jimmy asked Justin if Diddy had given him any gifts, things got awkward to say the least. Justin said, "He got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though," and Diddy said the Lamborghini for a day or two and he had access to the house. And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody, he said. I mean, Diddy could have pulled Justin aside afterwards and told him this, but the fact that he did it on TV and no one said anything is crazy. More recently though, a video of the pair reuniting in 2021 has people questioning if Diddy thought that Justin was working with the feds. In the video, it shows Diddy getting out of a car and approaching Justin, giving him a hug before patting him down on his chest and torso a few times. Now, the video had been posted in 2021 by Justin himself on his Instagram. But last week, Daily Mail reshared the video with the title, "Disturbing Video of Diddy with Justin Bieber." The accompanying caption read, "A resurfaced video of Diddy and Justin Bieber hugging has sparked speculation that Diddy was checking to see if the pop star was wearing a wire." Now, the fact that Diddy thought he was wearing a wire makes me believe that he knew he was doing something wrong and that the police were onto him. I mean, why wasn't this a bigger red flag at the time? Fans are now seeing the video in a new light due to Diddy's allegations, and one fan commented, "The body language says it all, from smiling to a frown in 2 seconds. baby shakes his head like no, I'm not wearing a wire. Now many fans are encouraging Justin to tell his story, but only if he's comfortable. The music video was posted in 2020, and many people have called out how weird it was, but now that they're connecting the dots to Diddy, it's all making sense to them. Now Justin grew up around Diddy, just like his other mentor, Usher did. When Usher was a young teen, he was signed by L.A. Reid, the co-founder of LaFace. Usher then went to New York in the spring of 1994 to live with Diddy, something Reid called Flavor Camp. Usher has then spoken about his experiences, and in one interview with Howard Stern, Usher said, "I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at." He elaborated by saying, "It was pretty wild, it was crazy, there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it." Then he was asked if he would allow his own kids to attend Flavor Camp at Diddy's residence, and he said, "Hell no." Now, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, then I don't know what does. I mean, Diddy even had custody of Usher for a period of time. Elsewhere during the chat, Usher recalled how he was like the little brother, as they called me Baby Boo. And Usher admitted he wasn't disciplinary, he was letting me be a young man. Yikes. Now it seems like Usher was a part of something he didn't fully understand, and that Justin went through something similar. After his Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided by officials in March, Diddy was arrested in New York in September and charged with various crimes. A 14-page indictment against him included dozens of disturbing allegations about him, including claims that he orchestrated and filmed freak-off parties. Diddy has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him, but weeks later, attorney Gloria Allred gathered her own additional clients who are set to file their own lawsuits against Diddy. Lawyer Tony Busby announced in a press conference. He said that his firm and another law firm will be representing 120 additional accusers. Now, before he was arrested, Diddy already had 4 different lawsuits filed against him, which he claimed were just money grabs and that he had done nothing wrong. He had put together multiple bail packages, but the judge denied all of them, so he'll be staying in jail for the time being. Now, Diddy intends to testify during his trial, which has been set for May 5th, 2025. We'll just have to see how the rest of this plays out, as I'm sure that more people will be coming forward with stories and that more people will be getting exposed for being a part of Diddy's crimes. Now, at the moment, no celebrity has directly spoken out against him, and who knows if Justin will. He's married and he just welcomed his first son with Hailey Bieber to the world in August of this year. Dealing with this type of thing is not something he needs in his life right now, as he should be focused on being a father, but with all this going on, it's probably bringing up a lot of memories and emotions, so we'll just have to see how it plays out.